Imagine a day when computers around the world start to lock up, their screens displaying a chilling message. A message that sends shivers down the spine of every IT professional and business owner. The message is clear: your data is no longer yours. Oops, your important files are encrypted. Pay the ransom or lose everything. This was the grim reality faced by countless individuals and organizations. This wasn't a scene from a science fiction movie, but the stark reality of June 27, 2017. A day that would go down in history as one of the most devastating cyber attacks ever recorded. As the NotPetya cyber attack ripped through cyberspace, it spread like wildfire, infecting systems across the globe with unprecedented speed and efficiency. Businesses ground to a halt, operations were crippled, and the world watched in disbelief. As the digital landscape was thrown into chaos, the economic impact was immediate and severe, as a seemingly invisible enemy wreaked havoc on a global scale. NotPetya was different. It wasn't just about financial gain, it was about causing maximum disruption and damage. It spread with a speed and ferocity rarely seen before, exploiting vulnerabilities and bringing critical infrastructure to its knees. The attack was a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities inherent in our interconnected world. From shipping giants to pharmaceutical companies, no one was immune to its reach. The attack disrupted global supply chains, halted production lines, and caused widespread panic. The world had been put on notice. The digital age had ushered in a new era of warfare, and the battlefield was everywhere. The implications were profound, affecting national security, economic stability, and personal privacy. The attack exposed the fragility of our digital infrastructure and the importance of cybersecurity in an increasingly connected world. It was a wake-up call for governments, businesses, and individuals alike. It also highlighted the human cost of cyber attacks, as businesses struggled to recover and individuals faced the consequences of disrupted services and lost data. The emotional and financial toll was immense, but amidst the chaos, there were also lessons to be learned. The attack spurred innovation in cybersecurity, prompting new strategies and technologies to prevent future incidents. The NotPetya attack forced the world to confront the growing threat of cyber warfare and the urgent need for stronger defenses. It was a pivotal moment that reshaped the approach to digital security. On that fateful day, the chaos was palpable. In offices, homes, and public spaces, people were left staring at their screens in shock. The sense of helplessness was overwhelming as the digital world seemed to crumble. Emergency response teams were mobilized. IT professionals worked frantically to contain the damage, and government officials held crisis meetings to assess the situation. The coordinated efforts were crucial in mitigating the impact. Public services were disrupted, financial markets reacted with volatility, and the ripple effects were felt across the globe. The attack underscored the interconnectedness of our modern world. As the world began to recover, stories of resilience and determination emerged, showcasing the human spirit's ability to adapt and overcome even the most daunting challenges. These stories served as a testament to the strength and ingenuity of people in the face of adversity. On that fateful Tuesday, the digital world held its breath as NotPetya, disguised as a harmless software update, began its silent rampage. The malware was initially spread through a compromised update for a popular accounting software used in Ukraine, which allowed it to infiltrate systems undetected. It first struck in Ukraine, targeting businesses and government agencies with surgical precision. The attack was meticulously planned, aiming to disrupt critical infrastructure and cause widespread chaos. The initial wave was swift and devastating, crippling systems and bringing operations to a standstill. Companies were left scrambling to find solutions, while employees faced the frustration of non-functional systems and halted productivity. Banks saw transactions freeze, airports faced flight disruptions, and the Chernobyl nuclear power plant was forced to switch to manual radiation monitoring. The attack highlighted the vulnerability of critical infrastructure to cyber threats. But this was just the beginning. The malware's design allowed it to spread rapidly, moving from one network to another with ease, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. Like a digital wildfire, NotPetya quickly jumped borders, spreading through networks with alarming speed. It leveraged sophisticated techniques to evade detection and propagate itself across connected systems. It exploited a vulnerability in Microsoft Windows, known as Eternal Blue, which allowed it to spread laterally across connected systems without any human interaction. This exploit had been previously used in the WannaCry ransomware attack, demonstrating the persistent threat of unpatched vulnerabilities. Within hours, the attack had gone global, infecting thousands of computers in over 65 countries. The rapid spread overwhelmed IT teams worldwide, who struggled to contain the damage and restore affected systems. Major corporations like Maersk, FedEx, and Merck reported significant disruptions to their operations, leading to financial losses and supply chain disruptions. The attack underscored the interconnected nature of global business and the far-reaching impact of cyber threats. The global shipping industry was thrown into disarray as Maersk, the world's largest container ship and supply vessel operator, found its systems paralyzed. The disruption caused delays in shipping schedules and a backlog of cargo containers at ports. NotPetya had caused billions of dollars in damages worldwide, making it the most costly cyber attack in history at that time. The financial impact was felt across various sectors, highlighting the need for robust cybersecurity measures to protect against such devastating attacks. At the heart of NotPetya's rapid spread lay a critical vulnerability in Microsoft Windows Eternal Blue. This vulnerability was a flaw in the Windows operating system that allowed malicious actors to exploit the Server Message Block (SMB) protocol, which is used for sharing files and printers over a network. The flaw was so severe that it enabled attackers to gain control over entire networks with minimal effort. This exploit, allegedly developed by the U.S. National Security Agency (NSA), targeted a weakness in the Server Message Block (SMB) protocol. The NSA had reportedly been using this exploit for its own intelligence-gathering purposes before it was leaked by a group known as the Shadow Brokers. The leak made the exploit available to cybercriminals worldwide, who quickly incorporated it into their own malicious software. Eternal Blue acted like a skeleton key, granting attackers unauthorized access to vulnerable systems. Once inside, attackers could move laterally across the network, accessing sensitive data and deploying additional malware. This made it incredibly difficult for organizations to contain the spread of the attack once it had begun. Once inside, it allowed them to remotely execute malicious code, effectively hijacking the infected computer and using it to further propagate the attack. This remote code execution capability meant that attackers could install ransomware, steal data, or even destroy systems without needing physical access to the machines. In the case of NotPetya, this meant spreading from one vulnerable machine to another, rapidly infecting entire networks. The malware was designed to move quickly and efficiently, exploiting the same vulnerability on each new machine it encountered. This allowed it to bring down entire organizations within hours, causing widespread disruption and financial loss. The danger of Eternal Blue was compounded by its widespread presence. Many organizations were unaware that their systems were vulnerable, and even those that knew often lacked the resources or expertise to address the issue. This widespread vulnerability created a perfect storm for the NotPetya attack, allowing it to spread unchecked across the globe. It affected older versions of Windows, which, despite being outdated, were still widely used by businesses and individuals worldwide. These older systems often lacked the security features of newer versions, making them an easy target for attackers. Additionally, many organizations were reluctant to upgrade due to the cost and complexity involved, leaving them vulnerable to exploits like Eternal Blue. This created a fertile ground for NotPetya to spread, as many organizations had failed to patch their systems, leaving them vulnerable to the exploit. Patching systems can be a complex and time-consuming process, especially for large organizations with extensive IT infrastructure. As a result, many chose to delay or ignore updates, inadvertently leaving the door open for attacks. The vulnerabilities were well known, and patches had been released by Microsoft months before the attack. Despite this, many organizations had not applied the updates, either due to a lack of awareness or because they underestimated the severity of the threat. This highlights the importance of timely updates and the need for organizations to stay informed about potential security risks. However, many systems remained unpatched due to various reasons, including lack of awareness, resource constraints, and the complexity of updating large networks. Some organizations also faced compatibility issues with legacy software, which made them hesitant to apply updates that could potentially disrupt their operations. This highlights the critical importance of maintaining up-to-date systems and the need for robust patch management practices to prevent such vulnerabilities from being exploited. Organizations must prioritize cybersecurity, and allocate the necessary resources to ensure their systems are protected against emerging threats. Regular training and awareness programs can also help staff recognize and respond to potential security issues more effectively. As NotPetya tore through cyberspace, its impact reverberated across the globe, affecting a wide range of industries and institutions. The malware, initially disguised as ransomware, quickly revealed its true nature as a wiper, irreversibly destroying data and crippling systems. Companies scrambled to contain the damage, but the speed and scale of the attack overwhelmed even the most prepared organizations. The attack highlighted the interconnected nature of our world, demonstrating how a digital disruption in one part of the globe could have ripple effects across continents. Businesses that relied on global supply chains found themselves at a standstill, and the digital connections that once facilitated seamless operations now became conduits for chaos. The incident underscored the fragility of our interconnected systems and the urgent need for international cooperation in cybersecurity. In the financial sector, global banks like Citibank and HSBC reported disruptions to their services, with ATMs going offline and transactions being delayed. Customers faced difficulties accessing their funds, leading to widespread panic and frustration. The financial institutions had to implement emergency protocols to restore services, but the trust in the security of digital banking took a significant hit. The attack impacted financial markets, causing volatility and uncertainty as investors grappled with the fallout. Stock prices plummeted, and trading volumes surged as panic spread. Analysts struggled to assess the full extent of the damage, and the markets remained unstable for weeks. The incident served as a stark reminder of the potential economic consequences of cyber attacks. The healthcare industry wasn't spared either. Hospitals and clinics faced unprecedented challenges as their IT systems were compromised. Patient records became inaccessible, and critical medical equipment malfunctioned. Healthcare providers had to revert to manual processes, which slowed down operations and increased the risk of errors. The attack put lives at risk and highlighted the vulnerability of healthcare infrastructure. Pharmaceutical giant Merck had its production and distribution networks severely impacted, leading to drug shortages and delays in patient care. The disruption affected the availability of essential medications, and patients with chronic conditions faced delays in receiving their treatments. The pharmaceutical industry had to navigate complex challenges to resume normal operations and ensure the supply of critical drugs. Hospitals and healthcare providers faced disruptions to their IT systems, forcing them to resort to manual processes and delaying critical medical procedures. The lack of access to digital records and diagnostic tools hindered the ability to provide timely and accurate care. The attack exposed the need for robust cybersecurity measures in the healthcare sector to protect patient safety and ensure continuity of care. The transportation and logistics sector ground to a halt as Maersk found its operations crippled by the attack. Ports and shipping lanes experienced significant delays, and the movement of goods was severely disrupted. The incident highlighted the critical role of cybersecurity in maintaining the flow of global trade and the importance of securing supply chain networks. Manufacturing plants worldwide experienced shutdowns, halting production lines, and causing significant delays in the supply chain. The attack affected a wide range of industries, from automotive to electronics, leading to shortages of products and components. Manufacturers had to implement contingency plans to mitigate the impact and resume production, but the recovery process was slow and costly. Government agencies were not immune, with several departments experiencing system outages, compromising national security and public services. The attack disrupted communication channels and hindered the ability to respond to emergencies. Governments had to reassess their cybersecurity strategies and invest in strengthening their defenses to protect critical infrastructure and public safety. Educational institutions also faced challenges, as schools and universities had to revert to traditional teaching methods due to IT system failures. Online learning platforms became inaccessible, and students and teachers had to adapt to the sudden change. The attack disrupted the academic calendar and highlighted the need for resilient and secure educational technologies. Retailers struggled to keep shelves stocked, leading to shortages of essential goods and widespread consumer frustration. The attack disrupted supply chains and inventory management systems, making it difficult to replenish stock. Customers faced long lines and empty shelves, and retailers had to find alternative ways to meet demand and restore normal operations. Even the energy sector was hit, with power plants experiencing operational issues, leading to blackouts in some regions. The attack compromised the control systems of power grids, causing widespread outages and affecting millions of people. The incident underscored the critical importance of securing energy infrastructure to ensure reliable power supply and prevent catastrophic failures. The attack underscored the vulnerability of our digital infrastructure, affecting daily life and highlighting the need for robust cybersecurity measures. From disrupted communication networks to compromised public services, the incident revealed the far-reaching consequences of cyber attacks. It served as a wake-up call for governments, businesses, and individuals to prioritize cybersecurity and build resilient systems to protect against future threats. Section 5. Picking up the pieces, the long road to recovery. In the aftermath of NotPetya, the world began the arduous task of recovery. The scale of the attack was unprecedented, affecting organizations across multiple continents and industries. Governments and private sectors had to collaborate closely to mitigate the damage and restore normalcy. Businesses and organizations faced the daunting challenge of rebuilding their IT infrastructure, restoring data, and resuming operations. This process involved not only technical repairs, but also reassessing security protocols and ensuring that such vulnerabilities would not be exploited again. The attack highlighted the importance of robust backup and disaster recovery plans, as those who had invested in these measures were able to recover more quickly and with less disruption. Regular testing and updating of these plans proved crucial in minimizing downtime and data loss. For many, however, the recovery process was long and painful. The sheer volume of affected systems and the complexity of the attack meant that some organizations took months to fully recover. The emotional and financial toll on employees and businesses was significant. Companies like Maersk spent weeks rebuilding their systems from scratch, relying on manual processes and workarounds in the meantime. The attack forced them to innovate and find creative solutions to keep their operations running while their primary systems were being restored. The attack forced organizations to reevaluate their cybersecurity posture, identify vulnerabilities, and implement stronger security measures to prevent future incidents. This included investing in advanced threat detection systems, conducting regular security audits, and enhancing employee training programs. The NotPetya attack also underscored the importance of cyber insurance. Organizations that had comprehensive cyber insurance policies were better equipped to handle the financial repercussions of the attack, covering costs related to system restoration, data recovery, and business interruption. Companies with cyber insurance were able to offset some of the financial losses incurred due to the attack, covering costs related to system restoration, data recovery, and business interruption. This financial support was crucial in helping businesses get back on their feet and resume normal operations. The recovery process extended beyond the technical aspects of rebuilding systems and restoring data. It involved reassessing business continuity plans, improving communication channels, and ensuring that all employees were trained to handle similar incidents in the future. This holistic approach was essential for building resilience against future cyber threats. It involved reassessing business continuity plans, improving communication channels, and ensuring that all employees were trained to handle similar incidents in the future. Organizations conducted thorough post-mortem analyses to identify gaps and improve their response strategies, ensuring they were better prepared for any future cyber incidents. Ultimately, the NotPetya attack served as a wake-up call, emphasizing the need for comprehensive cybersecurity strategies and resilient recovery plans. Organizations learned valuable lessons and made significant investments in their cybersecurity infrastructure, ensuring they were better equipped to face future challenges. Section 6. The Aftermath, a Wake-Up Call for Cybersecurity. The NotPetya attack served as a wake-up call for the global community, highlighting the urgent need for greater cybersecurity awareness and investment. It exposed vulnerabilities in critical infrastructure and demonstrated how cyber attacks could disrupt economies, healthcare systems, and even national security. The attack's widespread impact made it clear that no sector was immune, urging both public and private entities to reassess their cybersecurity measures. Governments and organizations around the world recognized that cyber attacks were no longer isolated incidents, but a persistent and evolving threat that required a coordinated and comprehensive response. This realization led to the formation of international coalitions and partnerships aimed at sharing intelligence and best practices. Countries began to invest in cybersecurity research and development, fostering innovation to stay ahead of potential threats. In the wake of the attack, governments stepped up their efforts to combat cybercrime and strengthen national cybersecurity. They launched public awareness campaigns to educate citizens about the importance of cybersecurity hygiene and implemented stricter regulations to ensure compliance. These measures were designed to create a more resilient digital ecosystem capable of withstanding future attacks. The United States, for example, attributed NotPetya to the Russian military and imposed sanctions in response to their alleged role in the attack. This move was part of a broader strategy to deter state-sponsored cyber activities and hold perpetrators accountable. The sanctions were accompanied by diplomatic efforts to build a global consensus on norms and rules for state behavior in cyberspace. Other countries enacted new laws and regulations to enhance cybersecurity standards and hold organizations accountable for data breaches. These legislative efforts included mandatory breach notifications, stricter data protection requirements, and increased penalties for non-compliance. The goal was to create a legal framework that incentivized organizations to prioritize cybersecurity and protect sensitive information. The private sector also took action, with many companies increasing their cybersecurity budgets and investing in more robust security solutions. Businesses recognized that cybersecurity was not just an IT issue, but a critical component of their overall risk management strategy. They began to adopt advanced technologies, such as artificial intelligence and machine learning, to detect and respond to threats more effectively. The attack highlighted the importance of a multi-layered approach to cybersecurity, encompassing technology, processes, and people. Organizations started to implement comprehensive security frameworks that included regular risk assessments, incident response plans, and continuous monitoring. Employee training programs were expanded to cover not only technical skills, but also awareness of social engineering tactics and phishing schemes. Organizations realized that relying solely on technology was not enough. They needed to foster a culture of cybersecurity awareness among employees. This cultural shift involved promoting best practices, encouraging reporting of suspicious activities, and integrating cybersecurity into the organizational ethos. By empowering employees to be the first line of defense, companies aimed to create a more proactive and resilient security posture. One of the key lessons learned was the importance of threat intelligence and information sharing. By collaborating and sharing data on emerging threats, organizations could better anticipate and defend against cyber attacks. This collaborative approach extended to industry-specific information sharing and analysis centers, ISACs, which facilitated real-time exchange of threat intelligence among peers. Regular cybersecurity drills and simulations became essential practices, helping organizations to prepare for potential incidents and improve their response strategies. These exercises allowed teams to test their incident response plans, identify gaps, and refine their procedures. By simulating real-world scenarios, organizations could build muscle memory and ensure a swift and coordinated response during actual incidents. Additionally, the attack underscored the need for robust cybersecurity policies and frameworks that could adapt to the evolving threat landscape. Organizations began to adopt agile methodologies for their cybersecurity programs, allowing them to quickly respond to new threats and vulnerabilities. This adaptive approach was crucial in maintaining a strong security posture in a constantly changing environment. Ultimately, the NotPetya attack was a stark reminder that cybersecurity is a shared responsibility, requiring vigilance, collaboration, and continuous improvement from all stakeholders. It emphasized the need for a collective effort to build a secure digital future, where governments, businesses, and individuals work together to protect against cyber threats. The lessons learned from NotPetya continue to shape the cybersecurity landscape, driving innovation and resilience in the face of an ever-evolving threat. Section 7. Lessons learned. The importance of vigilance. The NotPetya attack offered valuable lessons about the evolving nature of cyber threats and the importance of proactive cybersecurity measures. It demonstrated that cyber threats are not static. They evolve and adapt, requiring organizations to stay ahead of the curve with innovative and forward-thinking security strategies. It highlighted the need for constant vigilance, regular system updates, and a comprehensive understanding of the threat landscape. Organizations must continuously monitor their systems, stay informed about emerging threats, and ensure that their defenses are always up to date to effectively counteract potential attacks. One of the key takeaways from NotPetya was the critical importance of timely software patching. Delays in applying patches can leave systems vulnerable to exploits, making it essential for IT teams to prioritize and expedite the patching process to close security gaps promptly. The attack exploited a known vulnerability in Microsoft Windows Eternal Blue, which had a patch available months before the attack occurred. This underscores the necessity for organizations to stay vigilant about applying patches and updates as soon as they are released to prevent exploitation of known vulnerabilities. This highlighted the need for organizations to prioritize patching, ensuring that their systems are updated with the latest security fixes to mitigate the risk of known exploits. Regular patch management processes and automated update systems can help streamline this critical aspect of cybersecurity. Another crucial lesson was the importance of robust backup and disaster recovery plans. These plans ensure that in the event of an attack, organizations can quickly restore their data and resume operations, minimizing downtime and financial losses. Organizations that had invested in regular data backups and had tested their recovery procedures were able to restore their systems and resume operations more quickly following the attack. Regular testing of these procedures is essential to ensure that backups are reliable and recovery processes are efficient. NotPetya also underscored the importance of a multi-layered approach to cybersecurity. By implementing multiple layers of defense, organizations can create a more resilient security posture that can better withstand and respond to various types of cyber threats. Vigilance also means educating employees about cybersecurity best practices. Regular training sessions and simulations can help staff recognize and respond to potential threats, reducing the likelihood of human error and enhancing the overall security culture within the organization. Establishing and enforcing strong security policies is another key aspect of maintaining vigilance. Clear guidelines and regular audits ensure that everyone in the organization adheres to best practices, creating a unified and robust defense against cyber threats. Network segmentation and the use of firewalls can limit the spread of an attack, providing an additional layer of defense. By isolating critical systems and data, organizations can prevent attackers from moving laterally within the network, thereby containing potential damage. Finally, staying informed about the latest threats through threat intelligence can help organizations anticipate and defend against new attack vectors. Leveraging threat intelligence platforms and collaborating with industry peers can provide valuable insights into emerging threats and effective countermeasures. By fostering a culture of vigilance and continuous improvement, organizations can better protect themselves against the ever-evolving landscape of cyber threats. Celebrating successes and recognizing the efforts of the cybersecurity team can further motivate and reinforce the importance of maintaining a strong security posture. Section 8. The Future of Cybersecurity, a Collective Effort. The NotPetya attack served as a stark reminder that cybersecurity is not just a technical issue, but a shared responsibility. It highlighted the vulnerabilities in our interconnected world and the need for a comprehensive approach to cybersecurity that involves all stakeholders. Governments, businesses, and individuals all have a role to play in creating a more secure digital world. Each entity must understand its unique responsibilities and work collaboratively to address the multifaceted challenges posed by cyber threats. Governments need to continue investing in cybersecurity capabilities, developing strategies to deter and respond to cyber attacks, and fostering international cooperation to combat cybercrime. This includes enacting robust policies, enhancing law enforcement capabilities, and engaging in diplomatic efforts to establish global cybersecurity norms. This includes sharing threat intelligence, coordinating responses to attacks, and developing international norms for cyberspace. By working together, nations can create a more resilient global network that can better withstand and recover from cyber incidents. Businesses must prioritize cybersecurity as a core business function, integrating it into their overall risk management strategy. This involves not only investing in the latest security technologies, but also fostering a culture of security awareness among employees at all levels. Individuals also have a responsibility to practice good cyber hygiene, keeping their devices and software updated, using strong passwords, and being cautious about suspicious emails and links. personal vigilance is a critical line of defense against cyber threats. Education and awareness are crucial. Regular training sessions and workshops can help employees and individuals stay informed about the latest threats and best practices. Continuous learning and adaptation are essential in the ever-evolving landscape of cybersecurity. Public awareness campaigns can also play a significant role in educating the broader community about the importance of cybersecurity. These initiatives can help demystify cybersecurity concepts and encourage proactive behavior among the general public. Collaboration between tech companies, government agencies, and international organizations is essential to create a unified front against cyber threats. By pooling resources and expertise, these entities can develop more effective strategies and technologies to combat cybercrime. Investing in advanced technologies and innovative solutions, such as AI-driven cybersecurity, can provide new ways to detect and prevent cyber attacks. These cutting-edge tools can enhance our ability to identify threats in real time and respond more effectively. Ultimately, it is through a collective effort, leveraging the strengths and expertise of diverse teams, that we can build a resilient and secure digital future for all. By working together, we can create a safer online environment that benefits everyone. Section 9. Conclusion: Staying ahead of the threat. The NotPetya cyber attack was a watershed moment in cybersecurity history, exposing the vulnerabilities of our interconnected world. It demonstrated how a single piece of malware could disrupt global operations affecting businesses, governments, and individuals alike, and the devastating impact of cyber attacks. The financial losses were staggering, and the recovery process was long and arduous, highlighting the need for better preparedness. It served as a wake-up call, prompting governments and organizations to reevaluate their security postures. This led to the implementation of stricter regulations and the adoption of more advanced security technologies, and invest in more robust defenses. Companies began to prioritize cybersecurity in their budgets, recognizing it as a critical component of their overall risk management strategy. While the threat of cyber attacks remains ever present, the lessons learned from NotPetya have helped to strengthen global cybersecurity defenses. Organizations have become more vigilant, conducting regular security audits and investing in employee training programs. By embracing a proactive approach to cybersecurity, fostering collaboration, and sharing intelligence across sectors, we can better anticipate and counteract potential threats. And remaining vigilant in the face of evolving threats, we can strive to create a safer and more resilient digital world. Continuous monitoring and the use of advanced threat detection systems are essential in this ongoing battle. The threat landscape is constantly evolving, with attackers developing new tactics and techniques at an alarming rate. Staying informed about the latest threats and vulnerabilities is crucial for maintaining a strong defense, and attackers are constantly developing new tactics and techniques. Leveraging artificial intelligence and machine learning can help in identifying and mitigating these threats more effectively. By working together, we can mitigate the risks of cyber attacks. International cooperation and information sharing are key to building a united front against cyber criminals, and harness the power of technology for good. Emerging technologies such as blockchain and quantum computing hold promise for creating more secure systems. To stay ahead of future threats, continuous investment in research and development is crucial. This includes exploring new methodologies and tools to enhance our defensive capabilities. Encouraging public-private partnerships can also enhance our collective defense mechanisms. Collaboration between government agencies and private companies can lead to more comprehensive and effective security strategies. Finally, raising awareness and educating the public about cybersecurity best practices can empower individuals to protect themselves. Simple actions like using strong passwords and being cautious of phishing attempts can make a significant difference. Together, we can build a more secure digital future. By staying informed, investing in advanced technologies, and fostering a culture of cybersecurity awareness, we can create a resilient and secure digital landscape for everyone.